First off, I want to thank everyone for coming today. We have a very important announcement for the Holbrook community. First off, I want to thank Ashley Rich Stevenson from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce for flying up from Washington today to support us. Our local town supervisor, Angie Carpenter, for being here. Our local legislator, Anthony Piccirillo. We have several of my former colleagues from the State Assembly here today to show support. And I want to thank Rick Ammirati from the Holbrook Chamber. He is also here. And last, I want to thank Brinkmann Hardware and Ben and Hank Brinkmann for allowing us to do this here today. I have a very special relationship with Brinkmann Hardware. I started working with them when I was a junior in high school, cleaning bathrooms and sweeping the floor at their local Sayville hardware store. And what they have turned a small business into growing. They now have 4 stores, looking to grow into a few more. And they also are in the paint business, but they have done a great job as a second-generation small business family. They've done a phenomenal job, and I couldn't think of a better place to make this announcement today. As an attorney, before I got into elected office, I did a lot of work with small businesses, whether it was getting zoning changes or working with local governments to cut through the red tape. And something that always stopped businesses from expanding was the lack of sewer access to them, especially here on Long Island. A lot of people are still on cesspools, so they can't expand the way they would like to and the way they need to survive against some of the big box stores. So it's why when I made it into the State Assembly and now in Congress, I have worked tirelessly to bring sewer funds home. And for a very long time, Holbrook has wanted sewers, and I have a great announcement today with conjunction, working with the town of Islip and the Suffolk County, our local legislator's office. We have secured $3 million in grant money to help run a sewer line down Main Street here in Holbrook. It is going to be something that is going to be very good for businesses, for small business, help them grow, and it's also going to be very good for the environment because it's going to take a lot of nitrogen out of the groundwater and out of the bay. So we are working with the town of Islip and with the county of Suffolk to get this done. $3 million is coming from the federal government. I want to be a partner in this. It's something that needs to be done, and I'm happy it's getting done. So I am now going to introduce one of our partners in this to say a few words, Supervisor Angie Carpenter from the town of Islip.
Thank you so much, and I say thank you from the bottom of my heart, really. Congressman Garbarino has been a tireless advocate for our small businesses here, not just in the town of Islip, but across Long Island. And it is so important to have that kind of support. As a former small business owner, you know, it's in my DNA, and anything that I do, I try to keep our businesses in mind because it really is something that is so important if we are to be sustainable going into the future as a region. We have to support our small businesses. We have to cut the red tape. We have to give them what they need to succeed. And certainly it's no secret that sewers are an important component of that. And Andrew has helped us not just here in Holbrook, but in CI, and we're looking at other areas of the town that desperately need to be sewered, not just from an economic standpoint, but certainly from an environmental standpoint. So again, I know that there's going to be more coming at this event this morning, but on behalf of all of the residents of our great town of Islip, I want to say thank you to Andrew Garbarino as our congressman and to all of his partners in helping get done what needs to be done for our businesses, and to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce for recognizing his efforts. That really is so very, very meaningful, and I know that will keep him propelled well into the future in keeping doing what he's doing to help all of us here on Long Island.
Thank you, Angie. And as I said, this doesn't happen without partnership at the town, the county, the state level, and the federal level. And that's what good government is, with everybody working together and all swimming in the same direction. So now I'm happy to introduce our county legislator here, who's going to help get us some more funds for this project, Anthony Piccirillo.
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, Supervisor Carpenter. And as a lifelong member of this community, this is a great day. And I just want to thank Rick Ammirati and Kevin Guilfoyle, the President and Vice President of the Holbrook Chamber of Commerce, for their tireless advocacy for sewers for for downtown Holbrook. We know these people personally. We know their stories. We know their frustrations. We understand that they're struggling coming out of a global pandemic, and they need help. They need that competitive advantage to compete against the big box stores and the Amazons of the world, and they can't do it alone. Getting access to a sewer line and letting them expand only helps to hire local people. It helps our economy. It helps our environment. That's why I was proud to partner with the Congressman and our Supervisor, Andrew Carpenter, to finally get this done. After 20 years of talking about it, this is just the next big step in making sure this project comes to fruition. So I just want to thank them again, and I look forward to the next steps to make sure that we get this done in a timely fashion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, legislator. And to introduce our next speaker, it would be remiss of me if I did not have our local assemblyman introduce him, because our local assemblyman Doug Smith here has done so much for this community on so many different levels. So I'm going to let Doug introduce our next speaker. Doug?
Thank you. It's so good to be here on our main street in Holbrook. And this grant that the Congressman is providing to us will actually assist us in obtaining additional funding. So I know my partners in state government are seeking additional money for this project as well. For 70 years, nearly 70 years, the Holbrook Chamber of Commerce has brought business to thrive here on Main Street. They actually built Main Street to be what it is today. So I'm so proud to introduce two members of our Holbrook Chamber of Commerce board. For 22 years, our president, Rick Ammirati, and as well his vice president for 22 years, Kevin Guilfoyle. They are the heart and soul of our business community here in Holbrook, and it's just so proud to have them. They represent every local business. So if they can come up for a moment.
I couldn't be happier today. We started advocating for sewers probably right before the Ronkonkoma Hub got developed, probably back in 2003, 2004. We realized that any development to the west of us would significantly impact our downtown. Our downtown has survived the pandemic, but just barely so. We have businesses holding on by their fingernails, okay? Retail has changed dramatically. People's buying habits during the pandemic changed dramatically. We're looking for sewers for Holbrook for one reason and one reason only. It gives us options. We'll be able to maybe work with the towns and change and modify the zoning to make it more reflective of today's generation, to where we could have residential mixed in with the downtown to provide feet on the street per se, to provide employment for our local businesses. Our businesses, right now, our chamber is about 165 members, down from a little over 200 since the pandemic, but not bad, okay? We've survived. Now we're looking to thrive, and sewers are going to help us do that. Thank you, Congressman Garbarino. I just hope this is a start of more funds to make available for our sewer project, which is estimated to cost about $10 million. But that's a good start.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Good afternoon, and welcome to beautiful downtown Holbrook. What an honor, U.S. Chamber of Commerce, to be here today. Totally honored. One of the biggest honors in my 22 years as president and my esteemed vice president for 22 years. It takes a long time to get things done. As Kevin said, this is about a 15, 18-year labor of love. I want to thank Andrew Garbarino. Thank you for believing in us, Congressman. On behalf of the federal government, we appreciate that $3 million. This now gives us the jump start, if you will, to really get things going. It's great to have all of our shareholders here. Assemblyman Doug Smith, who's worked tirelessly over the years. We can't thank him enough. And of course, County Legislator Piccarello, who really helped push the football over the goal line with the county to get things started with the sewer design, which is now in place. We can't thank him enough. And of course, a longtime dear friend and partner with the chamber, Supervisor Angie Carpenter, who's a dear friend of mine, such a dear friend, and she's been so great to us because she understands small business. She gets it, and she's here for us. So again, we thank you. This is going to give Holbrook now the opportunity to not only transform, grow, yet evolve into the 21st century. We're behind the 8 ball here. All these other communities are building up. Patchogue looks great, Bayshore, Lindenhurst. We got to get Holbrook on the map. We have big development going on just to the west of us. We want to remain economically viable in this community. We've worked very hard. We've got a great chamber, been together. This chamber's been around for 68 years. My current board has been around this entire century has been under the same leadership. So we really want to take it to the next level. Like Kevin said, I hope this is the jump start to get more money from other levels of government and really get it going. But thanks to Andrew, it is now official. Can't thank you enough again, Congressman Garbarino. And also, it's an honor. Thank you, Brinkmann's Hardware. Great business in our downtown. We love them. They're great operators. Beautiful property. Definitely is the template, if you will, of what this town could be between them, Lombardi's, and some of the other businesses. So we cannot wait to grow and evolve. Again, welcome to Holbrook, U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. And thank you for endorsing the Congressman. You've made a great choice. Thank you very much.
Now I want to invite up U.S. Chamber of Commerce Representative Ashley Rich Stevenson for some words.
Thank you very much. Wow, what a great day. I'm just so inspired by the stories and what you are delivering, Congressman, working with your local elected officials and local chambers. It's just truly such an honor to be here on behalf of the U.S. Chamber in Holbrook. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce is the world's largest business association. We represent members of all sizes and truly have a footprint on main streets just like this. So it really means a lot to be here with all of you and hear your story and get to tour Brinkmann's, and what a fabulous local business. I have two special announcements today for Congressman Garbarino on behalf of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The first is we have a brand new award we'd like to present him with called the Advocate for American Business. And for the reasons you heard earlier and many more, I can rest assure you that the Congressman has earned this. And it's the quiet, hard work that happens behind closed doors in Washington, in the committee room, and working across the aisle that earns you the Advocate for American Business Award. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Great.
And separate to that, in case if anybody hasn't noticed, it's campaign season, and we have a general election right around the corner. The U.S. Chamber was so honored to endorse Congressman Garbarino.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is great. I'm very excited to receive this award from the U.S. Chamber today. And that overhead noise was a plane landing at our great Islip Airport, MacArthur Airport.
It was actually part of, it was planned.
Yes.
Yes.
To
Yes.
reinforce the fact that he's been supportive of our airport.
That's right. It brings in our tourists. We have
Helps our business.
small business, and our tourism industry is another big part of our small businesses here on Long Island. But I want to thank the Chamber for this great award. And you know, small business is the backbone of our economy. It's the backbone of America, and that's why we need to, at all levels of government, do whatever we can to make sure they can survive and thrive, especially after the pandemic. So I want to thank our chamber representatives here today, both from the U.S. Chamber and the Holbrook Chamber, as well as, again, Brinkmann Hardware, for what they've done, not just for this community, but all the communities they're in. They are great givers. They get involved in everything in the community. So I could not have, when we were doing this today, I could not have thought of a better place to do it than Brinkmann Hardware. So thank you guys very much. And with that, I'll take any questions if there are any. No?
No.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Can we take some pictures
Yeah.
with everybody? Kind of lined up,
Yeah.
maybe.